5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, good morning. Morning here. Yeah, I'm here again today. Show's going to look different though. I did a lot of thinking about it last night, and it's going to look different. It's going to be things that honestly I want to talk about. I've been really open about setting boundaries with people that just need boundaries set. And honestly, I've lost a lot of respect for people. It's really quite sad, honestly. And you know, I deeply care about people, and I don't care what type of people that is. And but when it gets to be so much hate and disrespect and things, I'm just out. I'm done. I can't. I'm not going to do that with people. I'll have very open and honest conversations with you, and oftentimes I'll tell you that I'm wrong or that I've seen it. I can see and understand your perspective, but the disrespect has been next level when I've tried to do this as a whatever you want to call it, an olive branch or whatever, to what people's wishes have been in the sense of what you want to talk about. And so I'll at least for now, I'll continue to do morning hair, but it's going to be what I want to talk about. And some of you are going to probably not like what I want to talk about certain days, but check back often. Maybe there is, I don't know. One of the things I like to do is I like to learn. I am a student of just about anything I can get my hands on, and I do love to learn. I didn't in school, but I do now that I'm older. And so today I want to run through some quotes, and I have this as the description today. And I've talked about this in other podcasts in years past. And actually, you know what? Let me do this. I'm gonna give you for at least a decade. I've been talking about this. I was interviewed after doing a presentation, in the person she asked me. She said, "I view distracted driving and this whole this whole well, let me just put it like this." She said, "I view distracted driving and everything that you talked about today very differently now. It completely changed my mind. Is that your goal? Are you trying to change people's mind?" And I said this. I said, "I have zero interest in influencing or changing people's mind. My interest is to provoke people's thought." And so that's how I do that. That's how I attempt to do that. I try to provoke people's thought. I don't try to change their way of thinking or anything like that, but just provoke that thought. So let's talk about some respect a little bit here. And I have this in the description. The person who comes up to you and makes the most noise and is the most intrusive is invariably the person in the room who has no respect for you at all, and it's really all about them. This particular quote I've spent time on in other podcasts in years past, at just the level of the disrespect that has really been happening. I mean, I've certainly seen it in my lifetime, I guess. I don't chase people, but I do respect people. I'm not going to try to chase them down and say, you need to see it my way, or vice versa. If I'm going this direction, I'm doing this thing. If you want to join me, that's great. We can talk about what that might look like. But and that would also mean if you want to be a guest on the show, that I'm open to the idea of that. However, there will be a definite vetting process. I have had people ask if I would have guests on the show and things like that, but there definitely is a vetting process that I would go through. But so show respect to all people, but grovel to none. We don't need to share the same opinions as others, but we need to be respectful. I'm not going to give names to all these quotes. If you want to look them up, that's fine. But at this time, I'm not going to do that, because then I'm going to have to share my opinion on whether I think they've lived up to these quotes. But one of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another has to say. Excuse me. Let me say it again, since I screwed it up. One of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another has to say. Respect for ourselves guides our morals. Respect for others guides our manners. And I think that we can definitely, everywhere we look, we can see people's manners. To the living, we owe respect, but to the dead, we owe only the truth. That's powerful. Think about that one. To the living, we owe respect, but to the dead, we owe only the truth. Nothing is more despicable than respect based on fear. There is no respect for others without humility in one's self. I'm going to leave it there. The show is going to look different, feel different, sound different, with the same great hair, though. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 6:30. Have a great Wednesday.
So it's done.
It's done.